In the last video, we generated the joint probability AND for the contingency table shown here. Joint probabilities AND are here. In this video, we're going to generate what are called the joint probabilities OR. That is, the probability of being an emergency, for example, or of coming in the first shift, or the probability of being other than an emergency, or of coming in the third shift. So in order to do that, first I'm going to clear that one, and I'm going to take the formula for probabilities and drag it down here, and then drag it across all the way, and similarly here. So what we have now are the joint probabilities AND here, and the marginal probabilities for shift and emergency status in the grand total column and row. Now, to find the joint probabilities OR, I'm going to copy this, and I'm going to paste special values so that I basically have just a copy of what we see here in this new table. The joint probability OR, for example, for emergency or first shift, is found by adding the marginal probability for shift to the marginal probability for emergency and subtracting the joint probability AND. So in order to find the joint probability OR, this will be equal to the marginal probability for first shift plus the marginal probability for emergency minus the joint probability AND for emergency and shift. And when I hit enter, I get 0.8029. Now, in order to be able to drag this cell throughout the entire contingency table to get the joint probability OR for all of the 6 internal cells, I'm going to fix this, that is B13, as $13. I'm going to fix E11 as $E11, and I'm going to leave B11 as it is. Now when I drag the cell to the other 5 cells in the contingency table, I get the joint probability OR for each of the 6 cells. So, for example, there is an 80% probability of coming either for an emergency or coming in the first shift. There's a joint probability OR of 54% of coming either for something other than an emergency or coming in the third shift. Now, if we add all of these together, which I will do right here with equal sum of all of these values, we will find that they are equal to the number of rows, which is 2, plus the number of columns, which is 3, minus 1. So the total sum for all the joint probabilities OR should be 4. And that is what it is. So this is the calculation of the joint probability OR.